Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm diving deep into my experience with Mediacom's Extreme Internet. I've been using this service for a solid chunk of time now, and let me tell you, it's been a journey. Blazing fast speeds at times, a few hiccups, and some moments that made me question my life choices. If you're thinking about signing up for Mediacom, or maybe you're just curious how it stacks up in 2025, you're in the right place. I'm going to break down everything I've learned. Speeds, pricing, reliability, customer service, the whole deal. So you can decide if Mediacom's the right fit for your internet needs. Grab a snack, get comfy, and let's jump right in. So, a little background. Mediacom is a cable internet provider mostly serving folks in the Midwest and Southeast, covering around 22 states like Iowa, Illinois, and Georgia. They're the 5th largest cable ISP in the US, which means they're a big player, especially in smaller towns or rural areas where your options might be limited. Say, sluggish CSL or spotty satellite internet. I live in one of those areas where fiber's not quite knocking on my door yet, so Mediacom was one of those best bets for high-speed internet. Over the past few months, I've tested out a couple of their plans, specifically the Internet 300 and the Internet 1 gig, to see how they hold up for streaming, gaming, working from home, and all the other stuff we do online these days. Here's the deal. I'm not just some tech guru sitting in a lab. I'm a regular person who needs internet that works when I'm binge watching shows, jumping into Zoom meetings, or downloading massive game updates for my PlayStation. I put my Mediacom through its paces, and I've got thoughts, plenty of them. I've also dug into what other customers are saying in 2025, from reviews on sites like highspeedinternet.com and Broadband Now to real-world feedback on Reddit and other forums. Spoiler alert, it's a mixed bag. Some folks love the speeds, others not so much about the customer service or price hikes. So, stick with me as I unpack what it's really like to use Mediacom, from the shiny perks to the not so fun fine print. Before we dive into the nitty gritty, let's set the stage. Mediacom's Extreme Internet comes in a few flavors, from their budget-friendly Extreme Connect plan at 100 megabytes per second, all the way up to a beastly 2 gig plan in select areas. They're known for offering fast download speeds, no contracts, and some cool add-ons like the Wi-Fi 360 Pro mesh system to kill Wi-Fi dead zones. But there are some catches like data caps on lower tier plans and price jumps that can sneak up on you. My goal today is to give you the full picture. What's awesome, what's annoying, and whether Mediacom's worth your hard-earned cash. Let's start with the good stuff and then tackle the pain points so you know exactly what you're signing up for. Alright, let's break down Mediacom's internet service piece by piece. I'm going to cover the key aspects: speed, pricing, reliability, customer service, data caps, and the no contract perk, based on my experience and what I found from other users in 2025. Think of it as your crash course on whether Mediacom's Extreme Internet lives up to the hype. First up, speeds. Mediacom's got a range of plans, from 100 megabits per second on Extreme Connect plan to 2000 megabits per second on their top tier plan, though that 2 gig option isn't available everywhere. I started with the Internet 300 plan, which gives you 300 megabits per second download and 20 megabits per second upload for about $50 a month to start. It's solid for a family of 4, enough bandwidth for everyone to stream Netflix in HD, scroll TikTok, and maybe have a kid download Fortnite updates in the background. According to reviews.org, the average Mediacom customer gets about 219 megabits per second download speeds, which is impressive for cable internet. I ran my own speed tests and I was consistently hitting 250 to 280 megabits per second, which was more than enough for my own needs. Then I upgraded to the Internet 1 gig plan, promising up to 1000 megabits per second download and 50 megabits upload. This one was a game changer if you're a power user. I was getting 800 to 900 megabits per second download speeds during off-peak hours, which meant 4K streaming on multiple devices, lag-free gaming on my PS5, and downloading huge files in seconds was no problem. For example, a 50 gigabyte game update that used to take 20 minutes on my old DSL connection was done in under 5 minutes. The FCC's latest fixed broadband report backs this up, saying Mediacom often exceeds advertised speeds, even during peak hours. But here's the kicker. Upload speeds are a weak point. My 1 gig plan averaged about 30 to 40 megabits per second upload, which is fine for most tasks, but can feel sluggish if you're uploading big video files to YouTube or running a home server. Cable internet in general prioritizes download over upload, so if you need symmetrical speeds, fiber providers like AT&T or Verizon FiOS are better bets, if you can get them. Let's talk money, because this is where things get tricky. Mediacom's promotional prices are super tempting. The Internet 300 plan starts at around $50 a month, the 1 gig plan starts at $65, and their low-income Extreme Connect plan is just $14.99 for 100 megabytes per second, which is awesome for qualifying households. They also throw in a free Eero router with every plan, which is a nice touch for Wi-Fi coverage. But here's where I got burned. Those low prices don't last. After 12 months, my Internet 300 plan jumped to $65 and the 1 gig plan can climb to $110 or more after 2 years, with some users reporting $130 after 3 years. That's a steep hike. For comparison, Xfinity's 1 gig plan starts at around $60 but can also jump, though their data cap is a consistent 1.2 terabytes across plans, which I'll get into later. There's also the equipment cost. Mediacom charges $15 a month to rent their modem/router combo, which adds up fast. That's like $180 a year. I bought my own DOCSIS 3.1 modem for about $100 upfront, and it's paid for itself already. If you go for their Extreme Wi-Fi 360 Pro, it's an extra $10 a month for a mesh system with Eero Pro 6 routers, which I found really helpful for covering my whole house. My place is about 2,000 square feet, and the included Eero eliminated dead spots in my upstairs office. But if you don't need the extra coverage, skip the rental fees and get your own gear to save some cash. Reliability is where Mediacom's a bit of a mixed bag. They claim a 99.99% network reliability rate, and in my experience, outages are rare. I've had maybe 2 brief drops in 6 months, usually fixed by resetting the modem. But that said, some customers, especially in rural areas, aren't so lucky. I found reviews on Broadband Now and Reddit where users complained about frequent outages or inconsistent speeds, particularly during peak evening hours. One user in Iowa said their internet constantly goes out, which sounds like a nightmare if you're working from home. My area has been pretty stable, but your mileage may vary depending on your local infrastructure. If you're worried about signal strength, Mediacom's Wi-Fi 360 Pro system or a tool like NetSpot can help you map out Wi-Fi coverage and spot internet differences issues. Now, let's get to customer service, which is, let's just say, a sore spot. In the 2024 American Customer Satisfaction Index, Mediacom scored a 59 out of 100, way below the industry average of 64 and miles behind top dogs like Verizon FiOS at 71. I had to call their support line once to fix a billing error, and while the agent was friendly, I was on hold for 20 minutes. Other users have it worse. Reddit posts mention hour-long wait times or techs who don't even show up for scheduled visits. One customer on AllConnect praised a quick and helpful agent, but others called the service a joke or said techs couldn't diagnose complex issues. On the flip side, Mediacom's 24/7 chat and tech support is decent for quick fixes, and their online portal lets you manage your account, check outages, or troubleshoot without calling. Still, if customer service is a deal breaker for you, Mediacom's not winning any awards here. Next up, we have data caps. This one's a big deal for heavy internet users. Mediacom's lower tier plans like Internet 250 come with a 400 gigabyte monthly cap, which is tight. US households average over 400 gigabytes in 2021, and that's only gone up with 4K streaming and cloud gaming. Go over and it's $10 per 50 gigabytes, which can add up fast. The Internet 500 plan gives you 2 terabytes, and the 1 gig and 2 gig plans have 6 terabytes, which is basically unlimited for most people unless you're running a data center in your basement. There's also a soft cap on uploads. Exceed 1 terabyte and your upload speed might drop by 50% for the rest of the month. I never hit these caps, but if you're a streamer or gamer, stick with the higher tier plans to avoid outage fees. Compared to Xfinity's 1.2 terabyte cap across all plans or AT&T Fiber's no cap policy, Mediacom's lower tier caps feel restrictive. So, what's my final take on Mediacom in 2025? It's a solid choice, but it's not flawless. I love the fast download speeds. My 1 gig plan handles everything I throw at it, from 4K Netflix to online gaming. The no contract policy is a lifesaver, giving me freedom to switch if something better comes along, and the free Eero router and the optional Wi-Fi 360 Pro mesh system made my home Wi-Fi seamless, which is a big win for multi-device households. And for rural folks like me, where fiber is a pipe dream, Mediacom's cable internet is way better than DSL or satellite. But I can't ignore the downsides. The price hikes are brutal. My 1 gig plan jumping from 65 to 110 after 2 years hurts the wallet. The data caps on lower tier plans like 400 gigabytes for Internet 250 are a deal breaker for heavy users unless you go for the 1 gig or 2 gig plans. And the customer service, it's a hit or miss. Fine for simpler issues, but don't expect miracles if you've got a complex problem. And if you're in an area with fiber options like AT&T or Verizon FiOS, I'd honestly look there first for better reliability and long-term value. My personal choice, I'm sticking with Mediacom's Internet 1 gig plan for now. The speeds are reliable, the no contract freedom is great, and the 6 terabyte data cap means I don't stress about outages. But I'm keeping an eye on my bill for those price hikes. And I've got my own modem to dodge the $15 monthly fee. If you're in rural areas with limited options, Mediacom's a strong pick. Just go for a higher tier plan and watch out for the fine print. Check out their website or call them to see what's available in your area, and let me know in the comments what you think of Mediacom or if you've got any other ISPs you love. Thanks for watching, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.